Alrighty, everybody. The Pokemon Presents of 2025 on Pokemon's Day every year just happened this morning, and I'd like to talk about it because a lot of stuff happened. So without further ado, let's get right into the Pokemon Presents. So first of all, it started off strong. It was very Pikachu oriented, just like always. I had Pikachu coming in and out of frames to transition from thing to thing. It was cute, nice little touch. But the first actual thing that was shown off was Pokemon Concierge. I think that's how you say it, Concierge? I don't know. But it is a new Netflix show that is, again, going to be shown on Netflix. It's a stop animation of this girl and her pal Psyduck. I forgot the name of the girl. I think it was Meru or something like that. It was something small like that. The show looks pretty good. For what it is, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon shows that aren't just the anime. I don't like when franchises take the franchise name and try to do something extra with them that has nothing to do with the original franchise. But that's just a me thing. And anyways, moving on, I don't have a lot to say about that, but I mean, it looks good for what it is, and I mean, the first 4 episodes are for free on YouTube to watch, so if it's your thing, it's your thing. Next up, there was some new Pokemon Go stuff, some new Pokemon Cafe stuff, some new Pokemon Unite stuff. And yeah, there was some new Pokemon TCG, which I'll actually talk about that. But just the first 3 things that I said, I mean, just more extra update things coming to those. It happens pretty much every single Pokemon Presents. It's crazy that some of these games are still going on, like Pokemon Cafe and Pokemon Go. If that's your thing, it's your thing. I personally, I've been done with Pokemon Go for like years now. And Pokemon Cafe, Pokemon Unite, that's for the strongest of fans in the franchise. Not my thing, but you know, if that makes you happy that it gets updated pretty much every year, then good for you. That's just not my thing. But moving on, TCG Pocket just continues to get more and more updates because people are loving the game. People are downloading the absolute crap out of this game, and that makes developers want to keep updating the game. I personally love Pokemon TCG Pocket. It is one of my most addicting things. Every morning when I wake up, I open a pack. Every night before I go to sleep, I open a pack. And it's just a great thrill. I love it. It's a very good time. But since this is such a big success for the Pokemon Company, they keep updating it, and this little Pokemon Presents, they announced that they're going to be bringing out some Mega Evolution cards that you can collect, and also a new pack. It's a Triumph Light pack, and yeah, I'm very excited. Just more cards, more collections for me to get. I can never be mad at Pokemon TCG considering it is free. I have not paid a dime for it, and I have enjoyed a lot on there. So next up, we got some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news. Nothing big there, just updates, just events happening. I don't care. The actual main Pokemon games stopped interesting me after Sword and Shield. I don't care. I'm sorry. I try to care. I really want to care. But they just don't get to me the way they get to other people. I don't know. I can't look past the graphics and the storyline just being so segmented now. And I don't know. I can't do it. But next up after that, this is interesting. They announced a very new franchise, spin-off franchise for the Pokemon series. alongside basically forever discontinuing the Pokemon Stadium franchise and the Pokken Tournament franchise. They announced Pokemon Champions, which is a new, probably going to be Switch 2 game, I would assume. It's not coming out anytime soon. It just said Nintendo Switch on the little trailer at the end, so I assume it's going to be for the Switch 2. And it's also coming out for mobile phones. Now this is weird because it's not a mobile game that's coming to Switch. It's a new Pokemon franchise game that is coming not only to Switch, probably too, but it's also coming to mobile devices at the same time. Now, I might be wrong with this, but I think this is the first time this has ever happened in Pokemon history, and I think even just Nintendo history, that a main franchise game is coming to not just a console, but something that isn't Nintendo made at the exact same time, and they're going to be able to correlate with each other, I think, and they're going to be able to work with each other. That's just the vibe I'm getting from the trailer. It was a really cool trailer for what it was, to be honest. It was very well made. And yeah, it's basically just Pokemon Stadium, but new. It's the new Pokemon Stadium. And that's all I really got to say about that. And after that, we move into the very last announcement. Obviously, they were going to save this for the last part of the presentation, and everyone was looking forward to this specific part of the, the trailer. Pokemon Legends ZA. So, this game looks amazing. It looks like everything I wanted. It looks like everything that everyone else wanted. It looks like they took the biggest complaint about Pokemon Legends Arceus, the fact that you were in a single tiny town that felt kind of lifeless, and then besides that, you kind of get teleported into these grasslands with no personality and no interesting anything. You just go around, collect Pokemon, bring them back to the town, rinse and repeat until the game is over. It seems like they've 100% changed that for this new game, and not only worked upon the foundation of the first Legends game, but added upon it times 5. So what they did for this game, they first showed off that you're going to be in this big, nice, huge city. They said it's going to be the biggest city in this area. So that they're just right off the bat being like, bam, we heard you, Pokemon fans. We know what you want. We are going to give you what you want. And here, you know that for sure. And that's just a way to get butts in seats to play their game. They know what they're doing. And yeah, it's made, first of all, it's also made by Game Freak, so the same people that have been making Pokemon games for a while now. Ever since I think the Switch started, maybe it could have been the 3DS era too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know for sure they did all the Switch games. And not only that, I think most people are going to be the most excited about the Pokemon Big City, but I personally think the best part of this trailer was the introduction to the new battle system. Now, I personally have been wanting Pokemon to evolve and change and not just stick to the same formula, which is why I was very excited when Legends Arceus came out, because it seemed like a game they were going to give their full attention to and full creativity to, although it was a spin-off game, and it was changing upon the basic formula of every other Pokemon main series game. And that's what it did, and it did it very well. There was some complaints, but now we're in a place where we have this perfect sequel to this perfect spin-off that will make this perfect spin-off that much better. It will be the spin-off that people have been wanting, but improved upon because they've had one game to experiment with already, which was Legends Arceus. They now know what people want out of these games. They will give it to the people, and yeah, It's just exactly what they needed to do. Pokemon Legends ZA looks like a perfect example of what they needed to do. They changed the battle mechanics and are making it a main focal point of the game. They're putting Pokemon in the city that you're in, so it actually feels like it has a purpose. They're making the city huge and expressive. I mean, that's exactly, these are all the things that people wanted. And it looks, I get scared because people saw Mario and Luigi Brothership and they were like, this is exactly what we needed for the franchise. It came out and then it was awful in people's eyes. But I don't think that's going to happen for this. The Pokemon franchise knows what to do to keep people playing. They've been doing it for almost 30 years now. Sorry, no. 30 years now. Yeah, that's right. We're in 2025. One more year is going to be the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. And they know what they're doing. They're a billion-dollar company. The Pokemon company, they know what they're doing. So yeah, I hope they really give us a great Legends ZA game. And yeah, that's about all I gotta say about that. I really enjoyed the Pokemon Presents this year. Probably one of the best I've seen. Barely any fluff in there. Got it to 20 minutes. And you can very much tell that this was a great Pokemon Presents. Because if you look at last year's, it's at 2 million views. If you look at this year's, 12 hours ago it was posted. It is number 2 on trending on all of YouTube, and it's at 2.5 million views. That's crazy. In a day. Not a direct mini, not a partner showcase. It is a Pokemon Presents. It is its own entity from the entirely own Pokemon YouTube channel. Now, that's pretty much all I gotta say on the topic. It's amazing. Thank you everybody so much for watching. See you in the next Backlogs channel video. Bye bye.